Santosh Mehrotra, a visiting professor for the Centre for Development Studies at the University of Bath in the UK, but he joins us on the line from New Delhi. Welcome, Professor. The farmers, and I outlined some of their grievances there, and it seems to boil down to that they had an agreement with the government and they feel they've not received what they were promised after those 2021 protests. Is that a fair complaint?
Oh, absolutely. It's spot on, in fact, because that protest had gone on for a good 13 months before it stopped. And it stopped only on condition that the Prime Minister came on national TV and actually withdrew those 3 farm laws. The problem began essentially because those 3 farm laws were passed in Parliament without much consultation with the farmers or with the opposition parties. Had that happened, then perhaps some modifications to those laws could have been made. But be that as it may, that's all history now. We are now at a very critical juncture in the country's political evolution, in the sense that the central government has been in power for 10 years, and it's facing a national election for the national parliament in literally 2.5 months' time. And there was an agreement that was made between the farmers on the one hand and the government on the other in November 21, 2.5 years ago, that the government will constitute a committee which will include farmers, and they will agree on a minimum support price for the farmers' crops. However, that committee has never been constituted, so no talks have actually happened. Secondly, another demand of the farmers was that cases had been filed by the government in courts of law in respect of violence or other acts that they might have committed over the 13 months that Delhi was surrounded. And in fact, the farmers came into the capital city of the country, Delhi. And those cases were never withdrawn. There was a third demand that 700 people, farmers who were protesting, had died over the course of that period. Because please remember, they actually lived on the roads, on the street, for those 13 months while the protest was going on then. And many people had
Santosh,
died.
just to intervene there, I just wanted to ask, because it's a shocking number when you see that dozens of people died, these farmers. That wasn't from anything from government action. Was this just because they were out, as you say, in the conditions, sometimes in extreme weather?
Sure, of course, that is true. But at the same time, partly they were impacted by government actions. So we had then a situation that they should receive compensation. None of that has actually been realized. So that's where the problem has been. And the government thought that the farmers will remain quiet. Well, they haven't. And now we have a situation where the farmers have come in, on their tractors, and their families are there, and the women are there, and they are sort of parking outside on the borders, and the government has actually laid nails on the roads, and not just barricades and Central Reserve Police, in addition to the ordinary National Capital Region police forces, are preventing their entry, while some attempt is being made to engage in talk. But it seems that it's not going anywhere, and meanwhile, tear gas shells are being fired at them, not just by the police, but I'm now hearing from, airborne drones. So India is a manufacturer of drones, and India is now raining down tear gas shells from the skies on these farmers. This is going to lead to a worsening of the situation, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it does look like the authorities have prepared extensively for almost an aggressive protest, it seems. Let's hope it doesn't turn out that way. Appreciate your analysis, Santosh Mehrotra, visiting professor at the Centre for Development Studies at the University of Bath.
Thank you.